Hello. As we draw nearer to Christmas, we will very probably hear a traditional Advent reading for the period. And I would like to read that now, if I may. And it's Isaiah chapter 9, verses 2, 6 and 7. Isaiah chapter 9, verses 2, 6 and 7. The people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them hath the light shined. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end, upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth, even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. So what is it all about? A little bit of history. In Old Testament times, the hill country of the north of Palestine was called Naphtali. It was the first part of the Holy Land to be repeatedly invaded by the Assyrians, a fierce, warlike people who hated the Jews. And here Isaiah verse 2 refers to it as the land of the shadow of death. Now, in New Testament times, Naphtali became known as Galilee. That's more familiar to us, isn't it? Which was the boyhood home of Jesus. And so we see the first land to be plunged into darkness in the Old Testament was to become the first land to see the glory of Christ. John 1 verse 5 says, "And the light shines in darkness, and the darkness did not comprehend it." Sadly, this Christmas time, there will be some walking in the darkness of grief and despair. But God has not forgotten them or us. Verse 6 says, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given." Now this part of Isaiah's prophecy speaks of the Lord's first advent, his first coming, or the here and now. As it has been said, Jesus is the reason for the season. But it is to the second advent, or the second return of the Lord, that we turn our attention now. The there and then. And the word says, "And the government shall be upon his shoulder." In ancient times, a man bearing a large key, something like our modern mace, on his shoulder, the symbol of authority, would walk before the king in the procession. And verse 7 says, "Of the increase of his government and peace there will be no end." When Jesus returns, life on earth will be changed for the better. There will be no need for political parties, as the only rule of law will be his. Physical infirmity and sickness will be removed, and believers will reign with him for 1,000 years. For the first time in its history, this world of ours will know stability, peace, prosperity, and joy. These are the scriptures. Verse 6 says, his name will be called Wonderful. Notice the comma. Wonderful. His teaching, which will never be surpassed. Wonderful. His character and example. Never another as he. Wonderful his person, spotless, sinless and true. Wonderful his redemption. We are saved for all eternity. His name shall be called Wonderful Counselor. Counselor. Jesus will give us the very best wisdom and advice that this world and mankind has ever known, and it's up to us to act upon it. The mighty God, the everlasting Father, continues the word. He's the author and finisher of our faith. It says Hebrews 12 verse 2. The truth that Jesus Christ is God is the bedrock of our faith. So we come to the words, the Prince of Peace. In the Hebrew, Sar Shalom. Oh, Jesus creates peace. He preserves peace. Having made peace through the blood of his cross, Jesus presents us holy and blameless in his sight. Colossians 1 verses 20 to 22. And so, once again, through God's grace, this Christmas time, we await to celebrate the birth of our little prince, soon to become the King of Kings. For lo, the days are hastening on by prophet bards foretold, when with the ever-circling years comes round the age of gold, when peace shall over all the earth its ancient splendours fling, and the whole world give back the song which now the angels sing. Till then, God bless you and a happy Christmas to everyone.